1, 2, 3, 4. I'm testing.
Lately, I've gone back in my mind, traveling time to days when I used to have you for myself. Crazy, I thought it would last forever, always together, loving you and leaving me never. Ended on good terms, it was a lesson learned. Out in the fire, I had to let it burn. But then you called me, said that you want me. Honestly, I think I wanted it too. Making my way to you. Making my way to you. Making my way to you. Hands restless, jitters, hearts pounding, it hurts. Memories are running me round in circles. I'm scared of the truth, that I'm still in love with you and I know I don't really wanna hurt again. Ended on good terms, it was a lesson learned. Heart in the fire, I had to let it burn. But then you called me, said that you want me. Honestly, I think I wanted it too. Making my way to you. Making my way to you.
Yo, what is cracking, my people? What is cracking, my people? What is up? What is up? What's up? Welcome to yet another episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I'm your host with the most, keeping it 100 from coast to coast. Through God, I boast. ADQ, show me love. Y'all gotta be quicker with that love, daggone. I know. I'm great. I know. Incredible. I know. Yes, Lord. What a weekend it has been so far. What a week, etc. So welcome to yet again another episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I'm coming at you live from Castle Quarles, Castle Q, the huge man cave, if you want to call it that. No, I'm not gonna call it man cave. Man caves have roaches, and I don't have no roaches up in here. Anywho, so check me out. Here's a challenge for me, and here's a challenge for everybody else who is pleasantly plump. ADQ has entered a diet. Oh yeah, yes. I hope I think I'm a little bit small, just a tad bit smaller in the face. I don't know if I am. It's because I've dropped 11 pounds. Show me more love. Y'all need to be quicker with that daggone love, yo. Like, for real. I've been walking all over Greensboro. I've been trying to cut out all the processed food in my life. I would look at sugar and say, Satan. I would look at cereal and say, Satan. Now I eat mostly oatmeal, non-buttered popcorn, and salads without dressing, and I put some seasoning that you're supposed to use on popcorn on both the popcorn and the salad. It tastes wonderful. I also try again. I also try to fast. I'll try my best to fast. It's working so far, cause again, I dropped 11 pounds. I don't know if it's water weight. I don't know if it's weight. Either way, I am stepping on the scale and I am smaller. Hallelujah. So let me tell y'all what is going on in the world of ADQ. Let me tell y'all what is going on in the world of ADQ. First thing first, you know, if you don't know, now you know. I am going to be portraying the role of Deontay Givens in the original production of Messy Millennial Starter Pack, written and directed by Ian Hairston. The way that this guy wrote this daggone play, bruh, yo, it is so fun, man. I promise you. As sure as I am a chocolate king looking as fine as I want to look, as sure as the grass is green, you're going to love this play. I vouch for it. Not only because I'm acting in it, if I wasn't acting in it, I would vouch for it. Yo, July 21st through 23rd, 7:30, CVD Hires Theater. Be there at the theater. The theater. Let's see. Who else? What else we got going on? Oh, yeah. Also, I am going to be portraying Samuel Bick. Samuel Bick, who conspired to assassinate President Nixon in the musical Assassins. That's right. ADQ is back in the musical, baby. It will take place on August 19th, 20th, 21st, 26th, and 27th. Be at the daggone, just be at 400 West Radiance Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27403. Go ahead and start marking that in your calendars. Also, let's make a quick transition. Need to be quicker than that, like for real, man. What's up with technology these days? So on a sadder note, we have found out about the Roe versus Wade ruling. You know, they had it overturned. ADQ is pro-life, but I do believe that a woman should have the right to control her own body and do what she wants with her body. You can check out my podcast episode where I talk about that in depth. By the way, shout out to
Powered by Riverside FM.
Shout out to Riverside. Now that I have talked for 5 minutes and 37 seconds, let's get into today's guest. That's right, we have another guest. Shout out to my man Thomas Burwell. It was great talking about socialism with him, socialism and Christianity with him. Great. Loved it. Now, let's talk about art, bruh. Let's talk about films. Let's talk about theater. Let's talk about Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I'm going to talk about it with. This young lady is a native from the wonderful city of Greensboro. This is her biography, not mine. I do not think that Greensboro is a wonderful city. Nevertheless, her mission is to educate and inspire humans to believe in themselves, expand their mind as much as possible. Art is a beautiful tool that is used to convey stories and a message of self-confidence. I will wholly agree with her. Being that she thrives in the creative and fast-paced environment, art and education found her. Art and education found me too. Look at that. We're kindred spirits. She graduated from North Carolina A&T Aggie Pride with a BS in broadcast production. Gifford County Schools, I work for Gifford County Schools too. Daggone, we're having too much in common. Afforded her the opportunity to teach for 6 years. In her spare time, she volunteered in the arts community. She loves thinking of innovative ways to serve the arts family. As we are learning, adding, and subtracting to execute the mission of assisting in building our community. I have worked with this lady once, unfortunately. Hopefully, it'll be more than once after that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to ADQ's Renaissance. Hold on, let me get it going, because we about to do this. Welcome to ADQ's Renaissance, Miss Tiffany Speax. She turned on the camera. Yes. What's up, Queen? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Very happy that you stopped tripping and turned on your camera. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I told you. So, but I'm good. You inspired me to cut.
It's all. Who inspired you to cut it on?
You did. You inspired.
I am so glad that I am so glad that I inspired you. See, if I inspired you, I feel like I have done the world a great favor. I have done the world a great common good because they get to look at this radiating beauty. So Tiffany, first of all, thank you so much for coming through. Very glad to have you. You are so according to your biography, you're from Greensboro, right? So you're originally from this joint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Well, which part? North side, south side, east side, west side? She's throwing dubs up, so I'm going to say she's throwing threes up, so I'm going to assume that's the west side. All right, cool. If you said west side, I didn't catch that, but
West side, you can't hear me?
You're going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, west side. Oh. I feel like it's a delay.
Yes, there is a delay, but you know what? Sometimes you have to wait for the gems that you have to espouse. So that's what I'm going to say. If there's a delay on this, you will have to wait for the greatness that she has to say. So tell me this: why did you go? What led you to go to A&T instead of like UNCG, Winston State, North Carolina Central, Howard? What led you to the agricultural technical people?
Well, my first choice was Howard, but at the time, my mother didn't like the environment it was in, so that's what made me in North Carolina. And I first went to Shaw University, and then I went to A&T. I stayed at Shaw University for one semester.
Okay, so I want to know this. So your BS is in broadcast journalism, but what you do is, art and creativity, things of that nature. And those two fields do not particularly, historically speaking, coincide. I want to know what was the process that took you from broadcast journalism? What took you from being an anchor on CNN? No. You wouldn't have done CNN. You wouldn't have done CNN, would you?
I did put in for an internship at the Turner Studios, which was CNN in Atlanta.
I'm not going to judge.
I guess that as a child if I liked it or not. But when I was in theater, so I've been taking out just I got to college. My minor was theater, and but my major was.
Okay, so you all
together.
You merged the two together, like you would have been that reporter who would have been more expressive in your reporting versus your regular monotone report. Like this is our Channel 5 news at 6 o'clock on on today's news. A car accident happened. You probably be like, a car accident happened, people. Say what?
No, when I was we had a news channel that aired on GC STV every morning. But by the time I got to college, I so to storytelling, and then I started taking script writing classes.
Oh, creative writing classes.
But since
so that's
major was already broadcast production, and I knew it from my junior and senior year in high school. I was going to change my major. I was just going to rock with that, you know what I'm saying? And then take some script writing classes on the side. How that happened, how I got a degree in broadcast production. But I knew early on that I didn't want to. It was very negative on news led, and I wasn't that.
Yeah, it's like you look at any news station, any of them, any news station, you're hardly ever going to see anything positive going on. Like you're not going to hear any news saying, today on Channel 5 News, hey, a lady adopted 5 kids, more at 11. You're going to hear these days, all you hear on the news is Donald Trump, Roe v. Wade. Let's see, what else do you hear? The war in Ukraine, robbery, killing, theft, all that. Just too much negativity, and there's so much positivity in the world to report, right?
Right, I agree.
Would you say that you were able to put on that more positivity hat? Would you say that was what led you to focusing more on your creative side?
Well, I've always had a very vivid imagination. So storytelling has always been a part of my life. When I was younger, I would create plays with my cousins, and we would act them out. And then as I grew into a young woman, I would write a lot of poetry, telling through rhyming. And then when I do screenplay writing or script writing, I like to tell stories. So it's just kind of like I've always been creative. So I didn't think it have anything to do with being positive or negative. It was just in me to just create something. And anytime I was creating something, I wasn't the type of person that it needed to be seen or anything. It was for me, you know. Yeah, it was for me.
You know, whenever I find myself writing a poetry, first of all, y'all, round of applause for spoken word. I give spoken word a round of applause because the spoken word community has taken me in and let me come in and fly. You know what I'm saying? I approach spoken word like a half written rap song. You know, I actually I could spit a little bit on the side, right?
Okay.
And oh yes, ADQ got bars. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes I thought about calling myself Nestle because with chocolate I got bars. So I approach it like I wrote this rap, but I do not feel led to rap it. I feel led to convey it in a very passionate cadence. And then I found myself looking at man, it's like a hotbed of poets here in Greensboro, right? And then I started looking at Langston Hughes and RL. I'll say RL the gifted one, big influence over here. In fact, he's the one who advised me to go into spoken word years ago. I started looking at Keisha, my big sister, Keisha McCain, who makes a few appearances on my last mixtape. So I would ask you, when you write your poetry, who would you say influences your style?
Wow, that's a good question, because I don't know who would influence my style. I never thought about it. I've always written in a way that's just very calm, and my tone is very much, as I use the comforting tone when I am speaking my poetry or doing spoken word, which I really have not did a lot of spoken word in my life. I usually just do it, read it to like people that's close to me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I can't say I was influenced by anyone. I do have like favorites in the community. I love hearing T. Walker. I used to love hearing Main Man. He's amazing to me. And also Lavinia. I love the way she writes and deliver her poems. So those three stand on the top of my head. I love watching them. But I've never been in Morgan. I do like Morgan because she has this flavor. She has this flavor that it reminds me of my, like, with the sassiness and everything. It's like auntie. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm telling you something you need to know. That's why I like Morgan, because she has that tone as like an authority figure. I'm telling you something you need to know with that sassiness. So I do like her. So that was T. Walker, Lavinia, and Morgan, and Mayman.
So, so a little commentary on that. First of all, T. Walker's my guy. T. Walker blessed me with that live alkaline water. You know, whenever, ever so often, best water ever. This dude literally pulled up to Lyrics by the Lake from what I saw on Friday. Dude was literally floating.
Yeah, I know. I wish I would have been there, but I couldn't. I had my podcast. But I seen the pictures and I was like, yo, I'm so happy he did that, because it's classic. It's embedded in history. Because of T. Walker coming in on the what was it? A kayak?
I think so. It looked like a little. He looked like Jesus, really. He almost looked like Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, well, he looked like to be a lyricist god. I mean, like lyrics, and I will come and bring my lyrics to you floating in on top of a boat. That's what he did. And he was
had you announcing him.
He was, huh?
He should have had you announcing him. Be like, now floating on the kayak, the lyric god himself.
Unlock your device.
Shut up, Google. Floating on the kayak.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Morgan. Morgan been here before. Morgan got old soul. Morgan, I cannot believe that she's only like 31.
I love she embraces that, you know, because some people don't want to have, you have that old soul quality. And I was someone when I was younger, people would tell me I had a old soul, and I didn't know how to take that, but you just know things and you have that feeling of comfort for people. So for me, she has that feeling of just she makes me comfortable, and I love the tone of her voice. It makes me think of sassy aunts, or so yeah, she's also from my
And
perspective anyway.
all I got to say about Main Man is this: they need to be fast with that daggone cheering.
What you say?
I said this thing need to be fast with that cheering. May he rest in power. Thank God for the power that he was able to share while he was here. I actually wrote a poem about him. I will share it publicly when the time is right.
I love it.
Now, so you say that you have done some theater, right? You have been in the theater. When was your first play? When was your last play?
First play was in college, and it was a assignment, and it was about a club. I can't even remember the name of it, but that was my first play. I got my actors. We acted it out. We had to do the whole production for our grade at Paul Robertson Theater, INTU's campus.
Robeson. Oh, look at that shot! Look at that shocked look on your face.
2001, two,
That
and
was
then,
when?
huh?
You say that was when?
2002.
Oh, 2002, 2002. Okay, 20 years ago. Cool. And your last one?
20 years ago. My last one was 2012. No, 2015. My last one was Voices.
Voices.
And that was in that black theater at Cultural Arts Center.
Yo, round of applause for your theatrical career. Hopefully you got a lot more theater coming up. Hopefully we can collaborate in some theater.
I don't think so.
Yo, where's the sad button at?
I don't think so. This piece of hair is always sticking up.
No drum roll. Okay, no sadness. Okay. You said I don't think so.
No, it's a lot of work. Writing and directing a play is a lot of work. And I don't know if I would want to do that again. But it was really fun. We had a play that was at the Carolina Theater. We performed in the Carolina Theater. It turned out really well. Great turnout. We did a performance at the theater on A&T campus. I cannot remember the name of that theater.
Theater.
Yeah. No, that's another one.
Oh.
It's another theater. I want to say it was Harrison. I don't know, but it was another theater. And of course, I've done plays in the Cultural Arts Center, the small black theater.
The Hires.
Yep.
Okay.
I know him. I used to know him when I first got into art in Greensboro at the Cultural Arts Center. We used to converse all the time, and my company, Paper to Film, was inside of the Cultural Arts Center as well.
Unfortunately, I never met Hires. I didn't have I never met him. He departed before I even started. Not starting in theater, but came here to Greensboro. So
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm not. I'm very seasoned in the community, so I seen people when I was coming through the doors. The gatekeepers that was they're gone, passed away, maybe. Probably passed away. and we have a new, the new crew in the arts. But I've been around for a while.
Would you consider me to be part of the new group, the new crew?
Yes.
Since I came in like back in 2016, 2015, 2016.
That, yes, yes. And I remember seeing you as an actor on set of Paper to Film Screen T on our set. That's where we met.
Okay, now
And that
before
was
we,
what, 2017, 2018, maybe?
yeah, it was 2017 when I had less hair and less weight. Yeah.
And I
Now,
had more weight too. I had more weight then because I had my little ones just coming out of me and stuff. So I was like, my weight was.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not caking or anything. I don't recall this that you are speaking of. I do not recall this at all. Now,
Well, my other the old crew they recall when I was a little bit heavier. You came in, I guess, around the time when I was being more mindful and losing my weight.
you bring up paper to film. Let's get into paper to film. For one thing, I know what paper to film was. Unfortunately, it's what it was instead of what it is. It's what it was, which hurts. It hurts, but hey, sometimes we shut down things in the past to go on to better things in the future. Paper to film was you and Saeed. Shout out to Saeed. Um,
Yeah.
Providing a platform for young creatives. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So, how did that collaboration come to be? Because, yeah, how did that collab? I always wondered how you and Saeed were able to mesh minds and come up with paper to film. Because, you know, I mean, I don't know y'all in and out and stuff. I don't know y'all that well, but I do know y'all well enough to know that y'all are two completely different people. Um, Please correct me if I'm wrong, but how did that come to be?
So, woo, back many, many years ago, when I was school teaching, I was an elementary school teacher. His
Right.
best friend, Richard Sherman, by the way, he still teaches school today. He has a wonderful pedigree as a math school teacher with Gifford County Schools. So shout out to him and being a part of so many different children's lives and changing their lives for the better. Richard Richard Sherman. So his best friend is Saeed, and he was doing a karaoke night, and Saeed came to the karaoke night, and me and my sister went, and it was some other people, and we were singing karaoke, da da da. And I'm very animated because I am a Sagittarius, and I love karaoke. So if I'm in it, I'm in it, and I'm gonna be all the way in it, right? So doing my thing. I did not know Saeed was a independent filmmaker. He needed some actors and actresses for some movies he was doing. So after that time that we was doing the karaoke, he told Sherman and let him know that if I was interested in doing film, then hit him up. So I did. So I ended up doing. I don't even know how many plays I acted in with Saeed because he's a great writer. He writes his butt off. So his screenplays and his playwrights are the best to me. But so I end up acting in so many of his plays in theater, and then I started acting in his plays. I mean, in his screenplays, his movies, and I don't know who idea was it, but I was a school teacher, so I was used to writing curriculums and lesson plans. And he was a filmmaker, and I always wanted to give back to the community. I already had a drama club that was at University that I assisted in, And then I also would do other things for kids, just so they can have an outlet. And so he found that out, and we started talking about, maybe doing something for film for the kids in the community. And I wrote up a curriculum, and he said, okay. He came with his equipment, and our first class was in 2013 with 5 students, 5 girls. And the name of that film, short film, was called Shatter. Was it Shatter? Yep, Shatter. Nope,
Yeah.
I'm lying. It was called Unraveled. It was called Unraveled, my very first one. And then we have had over 20 after that. And we ended in 2020. Yes, we have done over 20 short films and one feature film with Save the Arts Film, and that was called
Finding My Way.
that was called Unraveled. I don't know.
It's called
I don't
Finding
know
My
these
Way,
names of the
wasn't it?
films. No, that's not us. That's
Oh, that's
Morgan
not y'all. I'm sorry. I'm
Flower
sorry.
Child. Big ups to Morgan, but Morgan and Save Arts Films, they did a wonderful job rocking the community together when she was here in Greensboro with film and theater. They did their thing. But after that, I asked Save the Arts Film to come and be a part of Paper to Film because I had started learning about who Rasheen was. Shout out to Rasheen, wonderful filmmaker.
Kilo.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I was shouting him out. That's his
So,
name, Kilo.
oh, you said Kilo. Yeah, Kilo. I thought you said G-O. I was like, what? But yeah, Kilo. Yeah.
I ain't that
Shout
crazy.
out to
Dang.
Kilo. So, I don't know. But so, yeah, so that was 2019 and our last film. And then COVID hit. And then, I got to start thinking about some things. And I think Paper to Film could, be at rest right now. I think your era is coming into that platform of continuing to reach back to the kiddos, and we just support you guys.
So to that point, first of all, I would like to point out for those who listen to this, the Morgan that she mentioned, the poet, and the Morgan that she mentioned that was a flower child, two completely different Morgans. I know them both well enough to know it. Night and day with them two. But with Paper to Film, I was very privileged, very blessed to be part of y'all's film Green Tea, and just seeing how well y'all taught those kids how to write a script, how to direct the film, and everything. I mean, someone out of that group, hopefully the whole group, is going to go far as the Oscars. Maybe so far into the Oscars that they go run up on stage and slap a comedian. I don't know, but
that would be
go
great.
very. So what?
That would be great if somebody went very far. Yeah.
They are going to go far based off of everything that y'all taught them.
That would be wonderful. That was the whole reason why I wanted to get into it, is because I felt like if I would have had more resources in the arts community growing up, I could have known, how to build a business with art. And so as creators, we know how to create, but then it's the business part to it that makes it go. If you want to go to certain levels, it assisting you into going into those other levels. If you don't have both, it's kind of, you could get stagnant and doing a lot of things that might you can get burnt out if you don't really have the true love for the art, right? Because a lot of people get into art wanting to get paid out of what they're doing, or notoriety out of what they're doing. So it becomes a burden when they don't reach those levels. And the only reason why you're not reaching those levels is because you ain't got the business side, right? So I wanted the kids to have a platform to start learning early as they can. So then by the time they got to college, you already know what you want to do. You know you need these skills, this skills. And if you want to do some freaking big shit, you need to get some media training. You need to get your e-portfolio together. You need to get all this stuff together. It's a whole package that you need. And so we did touch on that with paper to film. We wanted them to already have some reels up under their belts by the time they get to college. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be an actor or an actress, you already got hey, I can put this on my reel than what I did in high school. And it just holds a lot of weight. And I wanted the students to have that under their belt because I wish I would have had it under mine. So that's why I was so passionate about it.
Yeah, those kids are going to go along, and they are going to go far in the indie film circuit or Hollywood or wherever they choose to go, and UNCIE will be number 2 on their list after God. But I want to touch on what you just said. Business. If you, this is where excuse me, I gotta get up on my soapbox. If you get into the performing arts expecting to hit bank, to hit a huge cash flow, you have disappointment in your future. You cannot make, hold on, let me adjust my mic. You can make money from the arts, but there's a very small 99 to 100% of people who actually do hit the bankroll really big upon putting their art out into the world. If you are an artist, that's why so many people use the term starving artist, because you're an artist, you paint, you do poetry, you act, you write, you do whatever vehicle art because you love it. You gotta love it.
Point blank period. You have to love it. When people that I see, maybe singers or whatnot, and they're like, I ain't doing this no more, da 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 da. I'm like, so you just didn't love, you never loved it. You never loved it. If you have the gift to sing and you all of a sudden just stop because nobody is clicking on my stuff, nobody is da 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 da. You're seeking validation for a gift that God gave you.
Yes.
Just sing because you just sing because you got the gift to sing. If it goes somewhere, this is the mentality that you would have to have, like going into being an artist, period, right? Like if you're gonna do it, you do it because it's your therapy. You're doing it because you cannot not do it, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you can't not do it. And then secondly, if you do want to make some bank off of it, understand that you need the business part too. So it's okay that you want to make bank off of it. Just don't make it your you can't make it the destiny. The destiny has to be, I'm going to be singing and acting anyway, regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, like the business model of it will be understanding that there's a reason why Tyler Perry, which I'm not a huge fan of Tyler Perry's work, but I am totally a fan of Tyler Perry, the businessman. There's a reason why his earlier work were Jesus, chop, packed full of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You could touch his DVD and start speaking in tongues, right? Nowadays, with more people knowing him and him being more famous in different circles, as well as the Black gospel community, not so much. He diluted the Jesus, right? But there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because perhaps there are different crowds that he wants to get known in that would not have accepted such an over what's the word I'm looking for, presentation of the gospel, right? So he found different things to write about or have his writers write about. Personally, I think that his whole life is a testimony. If he never wrote anything ever again, which God, I hope God, be nice if he didn't. But if he never wrote any, yeah, I'm hating a little bit. If he never wrote anything ever again, to me, his whole life is a testimony. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about the movie Vice, right? You look at Vice, you know how Christian Bale killed it as former Vice President Dick Cheney. You see Amy Adams, you see Steve Carell, who portrayed Donald Rumsfeld in it. Tyler Perry was there. Clean shaven, playing Colin Powell. There was one scene when he got mad. He was in an argument with Steve Carell playing Donald Rumsfeld. And I'm sorry. He was supposed to be playing Colin Powell, but he sounded like Medea. But nevertheless, he knows business. And I would say if one is trying to turn a profit from their work, it's called the music business, the film business, all of that for a reason, because the art is a very small part of it. One has to be up to date on their business. I'm sorry, I got on my soapbox. This is your time, Tiffany.
Yeah, so one artist in the community that I love because she is so business minded and she has done the work to become business minded. Darlene McClinton, the owner of the Artist Blog. Yes.
Woo! Oh, whoa. Time. Before you say anything else. No, we're not laughing. No, we're transitioning. Before you say anything else, Artist Block. I have spit so many rhymes. Both rapping and through poetry at the Artist Block. I even did green tea at the Artist Block. Please continue.
Yeah, they sponsored, pay for the film. Yes, and you have not only Darlene as an artist, you have Trish. She's an artist, one of the co-owners of Artist Block. She does film, wonderful filmmaker. She works at Elon. She has worked at High Point University in filmmaking. Wonderful. She don't get enough accolades to me, because she has done a wonderful work in the community. And then you also have Sunny Gravely. She's the executive director of Tab Art, and she's one of the co-owners of Artist Block as well. A lot of people don't know it's three young ladies that are co-owners of Artist Block. All graduates from HBCUs.
We have to make that distinction. 3 young ladies, 3 black women. 3 black women on their business ish.
Graduated from HBCU schools. All of them are alumni from A&T State University.
See, that's where they messed up.
And you hush. And on top of that, all of them make money from their art.
Woo!
Because they know they business.
Now, Tiffany, while we're giving all these people their flowers and whatnot, we gotta give you your flowers, Queen. We gotta give you your flowers. And here's first of all, this round of applause for all y'all. Which person I think that the best HBCU ever is Winston-Salem State, but that's neither here nor there.
I love Winston-Salem State too.
I do. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that I once did. All right. Once I was visiting my sister in Atlanta, right? And she took me to the black-owned, incredibly tasting Slutty Vegans, right? She bought me a sandwich, and I was with a homegirl also. Both of them went to Central, right? Mm-hmm. So I ate it, and sister asked me how I like it, and I said to her, it's making my agricultural and technical heart smile. And her friend hit me really hard. Every time I'm hanging with her and her friends from Central, I'll be saying, Aggie boy. And I would just want to distinguish. I would just like to be clear. I never went to A&T. I went to UNCG in Guilford College, and I have not even finished school yet. But I might finish at A&T. I might. I might. I'm 50 credits shy of my bachelor's. So now I need you to tell me something. Yeah, you like that transition sound? Cool. Now I need you to tell me about Greensboro Black Wall Street.
GSO Black Wall Street.
Yeah, you
So,
talking all this business talk. Everybody knows that Black Wall Street in Tulsa, in Wilmington, in Winston, in where other places around America until white supremacy burned it to the ground. That's when black businesses was booming. Black businesses were also booming prior to integration. When integration took place, that kind of subsided black business. Black businesses are out there, but not celebrated to the degree of which they deserve. So I want you to tell me what's up with GSO Black Wall Street. Tell the story. Tell me what y'all doing, etc., please.
okay, so interesting story. Josh saw, and then he was doing a vending. He was doing vending events for Black entrepreneurs. I think it was 2018, maybe 2017. It might have been 2017. And I was over at Artist Block. Me and Ari Chow, he was a singer and a DJ. We started doing a vending platform for entrepreneurs at the Artist Block. Idea birthed by Darlene, and she put us together to do the event, and we did that for maybe a year. But then Irish Child moved to up north, I believe, and I needed another partner. Josh was doing his thing in the community, and he seen that I was doing my thing, and I was having a bake sale for paper to film. So I invited Josh on to do his thing. At this time, we're separated. He brought in his vendors and I was doing paper to film bake sale, and I got the space for free because paper to film. At the Cultural Arts Center, we was allowed to get the space for free. So that was our first event together but separate, if that makes sense. It was he was doing his thing, and then I had the platform for him to do his thing, and then we was did a bake sale at the same time for paper to film. So then we decided, hey, let's do some stuff together. And we started doing things together, but then COVID hit. But for us, we kept going with COVID, and that's when we decided to change it to GSO Black Wall Street. Is during COVID in 2019. We had great vendors. Josh was grabbing them vendors. He did a wonderful job marketing and promoting. I was just giving like the platform or the part because I had already knew the part from my past with paper to film. So really, Josh really taught me how to go out and get more vendors because I was used to this one group at the Artist Block. People already knew about the Artist Block. So then when you go outside of things that people are used to, you got to do a little bit of promotion and marketing and stuff. Josh is really good at doing that. But so we decided to change the name to GSO Black Wall Street. And at the time, since it was like a lot of protesting and everything, the name just stood out. We're doing the exact same thing that we was doing prior. The only thing is we changed the name to GSO Black Wall Street, and it was during a time when it was like a race war going on in these streets. It felt like it anyway. I don't know if all the protests changed anything.
Let's expound upon that. I mean, let's expand on that. Okay, let's expand upon that. You just hit the red button.
I don't know if it worked.
So what?
I said I don't know if that the protesting worked, but it was a lot of hype and a lot of things sold during that time of Black Lives Matter and all that.
Okay, so first of all, you are tuning in to ADQ's Renaissance. I am ADQ. This is Tiffany Speax, and we are about to speak upon protests and all of that good stuff. I love how Queen. I love how you just said, I don't know if they work. I don't know if those protests work, and started looking to the left, and you looked over to the left, and then the right, and then etc. This is where the conservative that is in me. Yes, I got a little conservatism in me. The conservative and the pragmatic person in me starts to come out a little bit. So you would boldly say for all of your Black Lives Matter friends that the protesting and the agitation doesn't particularly work. Go ahead and speak your mind. You speak your mind. I mean, you're withdrawn from a lot of artists, so shoot.
I'm just saying it's by evidence. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just looking at the evidence. I could see the past. I was in the past, and before that past. After the protesting in the civil rights era.
You are not there during the daggone civil rights era.
No, I said after. I'm talking about after, but I don't. Okay. I'm saying after. I don't think it worked anymore. Prior, it may have worked, but after, I don't think it worked anymore. And we keep on doing the same things that worked in that time and trying to implement it in this time, and it ain't registering to people that we got to come up with a new thing for this time. So I'm just going by the evidence. I see, the protesting, the walking, but what is it changing? The laws haven't significantly changed to help us in any profound way, I should say. It's not a book that has been written to help Black people excel faster. Like, can we get that book? It's not like they're teaching us finances in our community over in the hood. Can we get a class to teach, financial wealth? Those are the type of changes I'm saying. If I don't see changes like that, then if you're not changing the children, then you ain't changing shit to me. And so how to see if they really care about change is to see what type of curriculums are they putting in the school system over in our area, right? If that ain't changed, ain't shit changed. So why are we still protesting? I don't think it worked. Anybody do?
Okay, so if you will allow me to retort, because I'm in complete agreement with you. But here's a couple books. What Malcolm X once say: if you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in a book. We can read, y'all. We're no longer going to get lynched for reading. So, pal, this will help you with finances.
Oh, I love that book. I read that. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I don't care if you're Muslim, Christian, whatever religion you are. You need to read what this man has to say about stuff.
What did it say? Message to the Black man.
Let's see. This man has a great idea about Black economics. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I want to understand why we collectively act the way we do, this helps out a lot with it. I do believe
yes, post-traumatic slavery syndrome. She is a wonderful writer and speaker. I love her conferences that she does.
This also.
I can't see it.
Oh, dang it. The Miseducation of the Negro.
Oh.
And if you want to gain some power moves and whatnot, boom.
The Power of Now by Rhonda?
I wish. No, the 48 Laws of Power.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now that I have shown those amazing books, for the audio, for people who hear this on audio, 48 Laws of Power, Miseducation of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGroy. Sorry, I'm butchering her name. Emancipation from Mental Slavery, Selective Sayings of Marcus Garvey. Message to the Black Man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Boom. Now, I shall retort to what you were saying. Well, not retort, but respond. I completely agree. I completely agree with what you're saying. Here's the thing. Integration was kind of like a death sentence. Integration was a death sentence because it kind of like nullified our desire to, sustain our Africanity, sustain our blackness in response to other cultures. Like, if you are proud to be black, if you like rooting for and participating in and celebrating all things black, there was a long time when a lot of black people, especially black Christians, I don't know your particular beliefs, but not to piss on Christianity, there are a lot of times when black Christians would see that and think that they're in the wrong and be like, God don't see color. Well, if God didn't see color, then why in the world did God make you the color that you are? So God does see color. God ain't colorblind. And so when these things happen, it goes all the way back to Rodney King. When these things happen, for a while, we start screaming Black Lives Matter. We start protesting, agitating, painting Black Lives Matter on a damn street like that's going to do anything. Pardon my language. Painting Black Lives, huh?
They could entertain us, but it was fun. That's
I went to a Black Lives Matter march once, Tiffany. I used to go to Black Lives Matter stuff a lot. I even met the founders of Black Lives Matter. Nice women. But Black Lives Matter, they teach you how to agitate. They teach you say their name. They teach you let's march and whatnot. But what did Malcolm say? You're doing too much singing and not enough swinging. Cool. They tore up down. They tore up downtown Greensboro. So what? There are still a whole bunch of black kids in Guilford County school system who are being taught about Christopher freaking Columbus. Ain't nothing changed. The protest and the agitation is more so for inclusion and police brutality, right? Like they protest the case of Marcus Deion Smith, who was hogtied. Yeah, you're supposed to hold these police officers accountable, but I don't know how you feel about voting, but that ain't going to do it either. Marching and voting ain't going to do jack squat. My opinion. That's my opinion.
I mean, I like your opinion. It matches my opinion. I'm almost over it. Yeah, the whole thinking that it's supposed to change within the system, I should say.
Oh my god! Yo, you get me riled up, Tiffany. It ain't shit gonna change from the system, yo. The system. Oh my god. Listen.
Oh, wait. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, my Virgo side's acting up right now. By the way, my dad's a Sagittarius, so shout out to Sagittarius.
All right.
Okay. The system upon its founding, this white supremacy upon its founding, it was founded as a protest to the king who was saying in England, you better celebrate my God or you going to jail. Therefore, what did they here? Kill, rape, murder this land from the natives. And I'm sure there were black natives there. I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know. But I'm sure there were black natives there. Kill, rape, stole natives. Set up their system of white supremacy and say, you know what, I'm too late. We're too lazy to, not only are we too lazy to find our own land, but we're too lazy to build our own land. So let's go get slaves. Hey, them people over in Africa, they know how to build stuff. Get them. The system as it's set up is a lie, and it was never built to benefit anyone who isn't or does not ascribe to the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant way of life. Now, when I say ascribe to, I mean someone who assimilates. A straight up zip down zip coon. A straight up house Negro. Am I making sense, Tiffany? Or am I ranting right now?
You're doing both, but I love both of them. Okay. Because well, like I was saying, the system is put into place to carry on the agenda of the winners that conquered this land, and I think if we really think about it and really understand that it was an act of war, um, of how this nation is built is off of an act of war. They conquered the people and said you stripped you from everything that you knew, and they put in place what they needed to put in place to make sure they continue to put money in their pockets and the generations to come. It did not include us. So therefore, I don't understand and I don't know how to get out of it. I could just say I don't understand why we still rocking with that particular system, but we do every day. We do every day. And I'm not saying it's some wonderful benefits to being in this system. I mean, being in America, it's better than a lot of other countries. I'm not going to say that it's not accurate. I mean, I had a great upbringing. I'm damn near spoiled. I guess I am. I was. But at the same time, I do see the injustice in certain communities, and in order for us to get better, I don't think it's through their system. I think maybe we can try to rebuild another system. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I just do know that we lost the war, and they ain't gonna care about whatever happens to us on that level to be changing laws, because they ain't changed the law by now. Well, they changed some laws, but then it's like, do you really just? Sometimes I feel like they mask certain things and make it look pretty and wrap it really nice, and then that appeases us for a while as if we're getting things done. But are we really getting things done? They just wrapped up some shit in a pretty bow.
How you feel
And
about them?
sometimes it's
How you feel about them overturning Roe v. Wade?
This is the thing, because I'm so like out the loop a little bit, because I give up. I'm like, in my mind, it infringes on the rights of people, period. We've been doing that when COVID came into place, and everybody didn't want to take the COVID shot, but you take the COVID shot because you got to live. That's forceful on people. So they've already started forcing things on people. So this is just another level of it, the same thing. So I mean, the way I feel about it is it aligns with whatever agenda they have. Am I surprised? No.
Oh, me neither. Me neither. When some hokey stuff come out of DC, I'm never surprised.
Yeah. Would I be surprised if some positive changes came out? Yes. Would I be surprised if they glorified it? Positive change? Do they ever glorify positive change? Do they ever glorify positive change in this nation?
No, like,
that's so weird, right? Like the only major news we hear and the only fights that we hear is like really like majorly dark. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the jab. How many people need the jab? I mean, it's so everything that our government puts out there is always fearful.
Yeah.
I'm all the way woke. I think I always been, and I don't even like using the word woke, but I think everybody is using it. I want to say aware, just being aware.
I don't use woke because it's a fad. It's a fad term. Um,
Yeah.
I will say that my third eye is blinking. My pineal gland is paying attention.
Maybe I like that. Say it's some decalcifying going on.
Yeah, like I don't even use fluoride when I don't use toothpaste that has
Brush your
fluoride in
teeth.
it. Yeah, and my pineal gland and my ancestors are allowing me to see a bunch of things. Like it's either my ancestors or God. They be telling me things to really look at all of the time. I'm like, yo, I can't be dumb for just 1 second. Dad, gone.
Yeah, can you cut the lights off for 1 second? Can I close the curtain?
Just measure the data that's in your brain matter. Elevate your mind, climb up the ladder. We living in space like it don't even matter. Every nigga's a star, I'm just making a scatter. Message to the chosen ones. Build your shrine, pay your tithes. Break these evens and face these odds. We live like gods, alhamdulillah. Your genes are immortal, just in case you forgot. I said your genes are immortal, just in case you forgot. So what if I told you that the genius in your DNA created the midnight skies that align to the dark matter inside of your mind? What if I told you that a messenger by the name of Elijah said the exchange for your slave name is worth more than gold? What if I told you that you are already perfect and your gateway to heaven is your ability to obtain the true knowledge of yourself? What if I told you to just breathe, take your time, and listen to the voices screaming to your soul, symbolic. Be patient, dear Sankofa people, and never be ashamed to go back to an enslaved generation to reclaim your ancestral veneration. It's amazing how shit can seem so sad when you look back, but in fact, the strength you gain from within is based upon your ability to conquer your past. The power to overcoming suffering leads to internal inspiration, spiritual reincarnation of I am, because you are my liberation. So release me with this pen to remove these rusted chains from my shackled feet, shackled mind, so I can master me, master we, because all I see are the seas of nobles, warriors, and queens, rediscovering what it means to be free. Building tribes together like Siamese twins at arm's length, stacking generational wealth blocks like the Egyptian masons building the Sphinx, connecting the links to the universe and the stars that align to the thoughts that we think. You see, I wrote this poem thinking about the motions of life and how we sacrifice time, money, and energy for those moments of immortality. Cole said real niggas don't die. We come from the plot, but real niggas cannot leave a legacy with that nigga mentality, shaping reality by the way that we fuck. The guns we bust, the whips we drive, the brands we clutch, the paper we stacking, and God we trust, trusting dead presidents. The same presence that owned your lineage, the same lineage that lived in a time period where we didn't have to penny pinch, when niggas were guys and we never referred to a woman as a bitch. But we came to this wilderness and got Willie Lynch, reduced to poverty. Now we begging the government to give us back our common sense, common culture, common language, common family unit, common spirituality. Some niggas say you can't change the past, but in actuality, you woke niggas are still living in it. That's just food for thought. Let's just take a minute. Ignorance begets a damnation. My mind is pacing, searching for education. Demons come with every divine plan. Best believe a Judas is trying to dap up my hands, calling me they mans. My vision is a beach. Moment I turn my head, these niggas kicking my sand. Our human souls batteries for this metaverse probably made it worse. Maybe cursed for building up Mark's net worth, but it's worth the sacrifice if you invest first. So what's the price of your life? Think twice. 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 Ignorance begets a damnation. My mind is pacing, searching for education. Demons come with every divine plan.
because I see this shit. Like, no, it's really bothered me a long time in my adult years of seeing adults go along with, you know, elections. Like, not your local elections. I do think it could touch communities, but if I had the power, I kind of would try to revamp that too. But you know, your presidential elections, it just started seeming like a, you know, king and queen of high school show. Like, you are the prom king and you are the prom queen type of. Here is your trophy. Presidency is a trophy. It's just the face, because I don't see anything being done. And then if you got 4 years to get things done, and then you got to start focusing back on your race as a leader, you're not even being like, it takes a good 5 years to set a tone in a nation anyway. Come on, what the fuck? Why would you have your leader run every 4 years? You got to make sure they're a good leader first. Can we see the results of some leadership?
That's a good question.
Okay, I'm going on. Okay.
No. This is your time. Yeah. And again, this is not an interview. This is a conversation. Also, hey, I mean, shoot. While we're talking about leaders, I mean, hell, let's look at our last 3 leaders. Our current leader, puppet. This old decrepit jackass Joe Biden, who can't even ride a bike, who can't even walk up some stairs without falling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he old, man. He don't look like he got long. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like he got long.
He was the perfect face for what was needed. It's a script. You do screenplay writing. It's a script. Come on, it would be perfectly matched to the script of putting him in place after Donald Trump.
Okay, so talk Donald Trump. We're not going to spend long on politics because there's so much more art that you have to talk about. But Donald Trump. All right. My opinion, I have an opinion about Donald Trump that not many people do have. I mean, I know everybody is up in arms about him because of the January 6th riots. Yeah. Politics can be boring.
No, I told you I was working out, and
hey, yesterday I crashed after working out. My body was like, "Bruh, you'll be 37 in September. You need to stop." But my mind's like, "No, mind over matter. We getting this. We losing these 90 pounds. That going." But while the election of Donald Trump, if you want to look at legitimate political figures. While the election of Donald Trump was freaking insane, was it better or worse than any other president? You know what I'm saying? I mean, people weren't paying him as like the worst president ever. Hello, the first presidents were slave owners. Donald Trump actually free. I was about to say Donald Trump. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think it was just because he was more theatrical.
Well, as performers, we could appreciate that, right?
It gave some good TV.
Man, dude was funny, and also black people. Here's something that we all don't want to admit, especially black liberals. Okay. Your current president that you all went crazy for actually put black people in jail through his crime bill that he wrote. Donald Trump actually got black people out of jail. There's a black man that I've been talking to, who I'm trying to get up on here, who was released from a 20+ year sentence because of the crime bill that Donald Trump put in place. Now, is Donald Trump going around here, showing up at black churches, trying to be black people's friends like the Clintons did, like Biden did, and all that. No. He's friends with the racist white people. But still, he did commit that political act, and it has seen the releases from jail of a lot of black people. So I will credit him for that.
Yeah, I agree. He did. He signed a bill to give HBCU schools money as well. But I think as a good writer, I think it was epic how they put Donald Trump in place. And of course, he has racist white friends. He does never experience suffering, and that was the undertone for a villain in the screenplay.
Yeah.
Even if the villain would do stuff for any parts of the community, once you paint it as the villain, it's still the villain. And so Biden was painted as the hero. It's gonna save the nation. Even it's just his look. He looks like the hero. You paint him like the hero. And so the people will accept off of what they see, more so what is done. They get emotionally attached off of this, what they see and what they're being fed. So it wouldn't matter. And it was all, look at it. Look how the colors, they even did the whole color scheme. Like when Donald would be around, it'd be like this red undertone. They set the atmosphere like that. For Biden, it's blue, like serene blue. I'm just saying that's why it's just like a play for me when I watch it. That's how it's set up for me. As a screenwriter, I just started looking back like, yo, this is a full production. It seems like a full production, like it's all written out already for us. But that's just my mind. Just going.
Speaking of productions, let's get back to the arts, please, if you don't mind.
No.
Speaking of productions, so I asked you when I'm saying too much. I asked you when you write your poetry, who would you say is whose style would you say you influence?
Oh yeah, you said who was my influence, and I said that I really don't know.
Okay, so I would ask you, since you may have influences, but you're totally an influencer. There are a lot of us out here looking at you and saying, oh, okay, so I do it this way, I do it that way, I do it this way. What is the writing and productive process that you partake when you are putting together a film and a play? I know they're two different processes, but what are they?
Nobody really ever asked me the question again to make sure I heard it right.
How do you, Tiffany Speax, what is your writing and productive way, your writing and productive structure that you partake upon when putting together a film and a play? I know that they are both very different because film and theater very different. But
okay,
please tell me. This is producing one-on-one. Please let us know.
Okay, so once you're given the idea of the story, for me, it comes together in my head when I'm asleep. That's how it works. Yeah. So like it's almost like you're in a meditative state. Like, okay, so I don't even know the words that I'm gonna write or anything. It's all about my imagery and then the emotion that comes along with what I see, and then I put the words to the emotions. That's how I do both. Even with paper to film, guiding the students to write, I always, like, if they say something, I'm imagining in my head, and then that whatever I'm imagining, it has emotions in that scene, and then I will speak to the kids and say, maybe that character would say da 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 da, but that all still comes from the emotion that I'm imagining in my head, and I do it piece by piece. And sometimes I might have the ending, a so-called ending in my mind, and I'm stuck on that ending, right? And so, and I'm dreaming about this ending. Like that ending is everything. It's gonna happen. That ending is gonna happen. Then I allow creation to just unfold on the emotions and the scenery that will lead up to that particular scene. That makes sense.
Makes perfect
That's
sense.
how I do. Yeah, that's how I do both of them. So it's no, even I went to school for production and theater writing, and it's a bunch of different techniques they tell you to use. It's a lot of platforms, not platforms, but softwares that you could use to make your outline for your screenplay. You can do an outline, do it that way. Index cards, people do it that way. But for me, that is the way I like it. And then I love when it's over and you see how it unfolded. It makes me feel like I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing as an artist, just the humble piece is everything. Not humble, but just being grateful to know that this imagination, these words that come from another place that's outside of us, I feel like, and so that's how I lead into doing any artwork that I have done. It comes from imagery, even when I'm writing poetry.
What? So again, you said that you can't think of any influences at the moment with the poetry. Is there any influences in your writing style with theater and with story writing, with narratives, with
Yes, Nathan Ross Freeman. As I evolved, I told you he was my mentor. Yeah. So as I evolved and then hooked up with him and then was like, you're going to be my mentor. So his style of writing is everything to me. He's the one that made me see the emotions in the writings, because his writings are so emotional, and then the words that he used and how he delivers some of his words is wonderful. He made me learn how to slow down and really capture moments through action logs when you're doing your film. Through action logs, just like what does the room look like and what story is that room telling. Those parts of the film makes it great to me, more so than dialogue. So like all of my poems that I write, really short and sweet. I don't have a long poem because I feel like you can say a whole lot with a little bit in the way you deliver it. So I want to capture that. I don't even want to waste time into making it long when I can get the same thing across. How can I get this across with little words, little to no words? And that's film is like that too. I love to create film that doesn't have a lot of talking and cut shots. Sometimes don't cut. Just keep it going. Just move. The movement of life is everything. And yeah, I'm sorry. I went on. I keep going.
No. Again, this is your time. So I don't care if you have like a 10, 20 minute discuss explanation or something. It's your time, Tiffany.
Okay, all right.
All right. So that's why you got the same first name as my favorite ex-girlfriend. Anyway, I was wondering if you're gonna catch that. So okay, so a couple things. Number one, Nathan Ross Freeman. When I did this film, dang it, I keep forgetting the name of it, but it was with Goodly Frame Theater. We were all doing monologues, and all the actors got up with a monologue that a writer wrote, right? I saw that I was doing a piece by a character named Noah, and it was written by Mr. Freeman, right? First of all, I heard about him. I know of the legendary writer that he is. I said, "Oh shit, Nate Ross." Okay. We're gonna be on my. I gotta bring it. Like I know I'm a great actor, so I got to show that I'm a great actor with this one. I did it during the live stream. One of the writers put ADQ plus NRF thumbs up. I guess that meant that I did a great job, and he was very pleased with it. Thank you.
Yeah, you should have him on your show.
I want to get him on. I've been trying to get him on. He's going to come. I'm putting that out there. I'm going to get Nathan Ross Freeman on here. And I will say, as far as my writing goes, if I'm like really honest, the two people who have distinct styles who influenced me the most, I would say, are the great August Wilson and Quentin Tarantino. Oh yeah, I love Tarantino. I wish he didn't use the N-word so many times, but other than that, I love Tarantino.
I mean, camera shots are awesome. Yeah, he changed the game with the cameras. Yeah.
Now, I'm glad you brought up camera shots. The cutaway camera shots is what freaking ruined the Aretha Franklin movie. They kept cutting away. The acting was good, but the cutaways, I felt like I was watching Saturday Night Live versus a biography of the Queen of Soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the transition it was weird how they chose that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, quit cutting away. Let me see Marlon Wayans be it. So what?
Are you talking about the one with Jennifer?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Also, yeah. It was the acting was good. Yeah, you're right. But it was a lot of cutaway.
Yeah, it was,
which made it seem like more of like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, I'm like, quit cutting away from Marlon Wayans. Let me enjoy seeing Marlon freaking Wayans, the dude who sat in a bathtub butt naked eating cereal. Let me see him be an abusive husband. Let me see him in his dramatic role, daggone. I grew up on Marlon Wayans.
Rolling, yeah. I mean, like that's what I'm telling you. People have the story is too long. The only reason why they was cutting these scenes is because they needed to. They had a lot of shit to say. Sometimes don't say nothing and let the camera say everything. Like keep that camera rolling. Yeah, I agree. Because he did a wonderful acting job.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for the cutaways, he could really, got into it.
Yeah. I wonder if they do the cut. So what?
Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh yeah, Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen Uncut Gems. Have you seen Uncut Gems? Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems. Okay, bring up a movie. Just name any movie that you love. Any movie, anything, past or present, anything.
You said Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler. Is it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix, but what I want you to do is like name any movie, and tell you how either the cutaways or the non-cutaways were productive. Any movie.
Vanilla Sky.
Name another one. I haven't seen Vanilla Sky.
You gotta watch Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise movie.
Let's say, Ray.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about Ray. Okay, this is a great comparison. So Respect was supposed to do for the culture what Ray did, right? Because Aretha Franklin is a wonderful, powerful, incredible figure.
It wasn't no Ray.
It wasn't, but it was supposed to be. It was marketed like it was going to. But in Ray, there wasn't really there were cutaways, but not nearly as much as daggone Aretha, right? With Ray, you kept on going through the story. You were locked in. I was so locked in that when he was in the and yeah, this is spoiler alert, but hey, it's been out for daggone near 20 years. So if you
Yeah,
haven't seen it by now,
they say it.
but during the scene when he's in the rehab clinic and he has the flashback, right? And he's trying to find his brother and he takes off his glasses. I'm like, oh shit, it's Jamie Foxx. I mean, I knew that Ray Charles was being played by Jamie Foxx going into it. So what?
Yeah. But it's like, well, with Jamie Foxx, I forgot it was Jamie Foxx. He did such a great acting job. He did such a great acting job. And then another thing I loved about Ray is how they had the story within the story. His story. Yes, the story of Ray Charles becoming the singer and the story of Ray Charles overcoming addiction is two separate stories within one.
Yeah.
And they showed that by what led to his addiction in another way, in a different way, you know, with the flashback scenes. But it was reoccurring throughout the whole movie. You see what I'm saying? Every conclusion kind of happened at the same time of these two different stories that was going on in the film. And I think that was genius. And it kept everybody like, because right when you get used to one scene, it'll be a flashback of him with his mama and her cooking. You know what I'm saying? They showed his behind the eyes. I loved it. Every bit of it. But with Aretha, I was tapped in. With her film, it was more like the Lifetime movies. Lifetime.
I'm sorry, I don't watch Lifetime movies. Last Lifetime movie I saw was on Netflix, and it was Surviving R. Kelly.
It's almost like a soap opera movie. I don't know. I cannot explain it. It's a movie, but it's soap opera-ish. It's a Lifetime-ish. It just got a different, because they have a lot of cutaways. It has a different feel. I don't know if the director has not been.
It was almost like dialogue, cut, dialogue, cut, dialogue, cut. I mean, dang. Y'all not even gonna let me finish my popcorn.
At the same time, it was still a good story. Her story is still a good story, but yeah, of course. It was dialogue cut. No time to ponder on the rage of a person. No time to ponder on, the triumphs. No, cut. Yeah, you're right.
The Tina Turner movie was good. I mean, the What's Love Got to Do with It was great as well. You know, that made me want to choke the light skin at Lawrence Fishburne.
He did a hell of a job.
Yeah, I mean, he was just straight up lovable as Furious. In Boys in the Hood, he was like, "Oh man, I wish Lawrence Fishburne was my dad."
Is that my daddy?
He was lovable for Aquila and the Bee and stuff. I'm sure he was great as Morpheus. But you just cannot unsee him slapping the piss out of Angela Bassett that much. But a couple more questions. I don't know how much time I got with you for, but a couple more questions.
Couple more. I'm hungry.
Well, I haven't eaten. Well, last thing I ate was a banana. I'm trying to intermittent. Oh heck, I'm about to eat some salad myself. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate you giving me this time. I really appreciate you, Tiffany.
Yeah. It's been great.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. So your film style. First of all, I keep hearing you. This is my third weekend seeing you in a row. Three weekends in a row. I keep hearing you talking about dialing back. With all this film knowledge that you will give in the future, with all this film knowledge that you're sharing and stuff, talking about how you create and everything. You're not dialing back from the filmmaking, are you?
If it do come, I will. I love filmmaking, so if the opportunity come, I will partake in it. But I get, I get paid to do a lot of film work too. So, and behind the scene film work more so, and I like doing that as well. But yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, I definitely do something. The budget has to be there. I'm not doing nothing just to be doing something. So it's a different me. Before I would do it because I just wanted to do it, and the funding not be there, and just you make it happen, and but I'm no longer in that space. So if an opportunity come along with pay, I would do it and have fun doing it.
Okay, I meant to mention the way I write. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention how I write. Pretty much, I write the same way Jay-Z writes. First it starts in my head, huh?
Okay, you getting ready to tell me? Okay.
Oh yeah. See, first it starts in my head, and then this mostly happens at my apartment, so people don't see me. Well, sometimes it happens in public. I'm sorry, yo, but I find myself talking to myself, right? Quit looking at me like that. I find myself talking. I find myself talking to myself in these characters, and I feel like if I'm having a full-fledged conversation with myself in character, then I got something. So I write it down.
Got it. I
Yeah.
like that.
Thank you. I feel because I think that every single character is from me. Sometimes I make up someone. Sometimes I base someone off of someone. One writing advice that I utilize is most of what I'm going to put out is going to have a black male lead in his mid-30s because that's me. That might change when I hit my 40s, but who knows? But that's where I'm at right now in these early stages of my writing. I say early stages because I've written and produced one play. Another play that I wrote is about to go up in Winston in August. And so yeah, I'm grateful to be in this space along with y'all writers. And sit and Google getting on my damn nerves right now. But last question is before I saw you these 3 weekends in a row, this trifecta of Tiffany power. Last time I saw you was at a mental health thing. I'm sorry, I don't know another for lack of a better term. This gathering, this mental health gathering that was sponsored by Keisha. So if you don't mind, please share your view on mental health and the importance of acknowledging it.
I
feel like I just hit you
feel
with something heavy.
you had the book, Post Traumatic Slavery Syndrome,
Right.
correct? So I feel like it's a lot of people in our community that do have mental health issues because of where this generation is coming from. We had to deal with a lot, and it's a lot of memory that been passed on through DNA that creates certain behaviors in us that may be self-sabotaging, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that can make you feel in a low place when you seem like you can't get it right. And so I think us recognizing the mindset of people in our community and recognizing that it is an effect from our past, I think it's important to have people talk out loud about their shit. You know what I'm saying? And not be judged to do that. So anytime it's a mental health rally, giving people opportunity. I love that Keisha did that. I hope she does it again because she gave the opportunity for people to tell about what they're going through, and then the panel being able to relate and give their advice. Not saying that they got to take it, but it's there for them. And when it's something there for you, you feel supported. So you'll have more power to overcome whatever is going on in your life. So yes, mental health is I hosted that event, and I was wanting to go into 2020 hosting more events. So that was my in 2019, that was what I was really looking forward to, is to hosting events. But then all of that happened and everything shut down.
I
But
will
yes,
very,
it's very important.
I, as a people, I will reiterate that I don't know what your spiritual beliefs are. If they're Christian, I don't want to like step on. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
You're fine.
you're fine yourself. But now for real, I believe that we have had this Western Christian doctrine so ingrained in us that it has taught us to just pray over to pray past our mental health issues. Um, and like a lot of the reason why it has carried over from slavery is because we never actually took time to acknowledge it. I mean, the slaves, the Juneteenth, when it actually happened, June 19th, 1865. You think that they all found some mental health counselor to talk about the Holocaust that they had just been through? Of course not. They just kept on working, kept on sharecropping, kept on producing babies, and through DNA
They're passing
passing
that
down.
trauma down. And that's how the trauma continued to go because nobody did any healing. So it just keeps living. And if we don't get to the root of it, it's going to continue to pass down. So you are correct. It
Yeah.
was through Christianity, just praying over things. And I mean, hey, they did a great job. That was their job. If they won the war, they wanted to make everybody do what they wanted them to do. And a perfect way of having us more docile was through the religion that they was teaching us. So, yeah, but praying over it, and I'm not saying I love the power of words. It's very important. But the power of action is important as well, you know. And then we was not taught to pray correctly as our ancestors. You know, you pray with power. We would pray as a victim. If you're in the victim mindset, then you're going to keep on being victimized. So it was really cursing ourselves over and over again. When you're at the altar crying, weeping, praying for whatever, that's not the time to call things towards you. It's not the time. You need to call things towards you in a place of being grateful. You need to call things towards you in a place of an abundance and joy and happiness. Not when you are very at the low vibration. That's not the time. That time is to shut up, be still.
I was putting my head to the mic as you were saying that because I was just thinking to myself, "Shut up, Adrian. Just now's not the time to be a jackass." Because
What was you gonna say?
I was just about to be like, I was about to start mocking how people do it at the altar. Oh Jesus! Oh, bless my Lord! I'm such a jackass, man. I'm horrible. I'm the
Keep all
worst.
that energy in. Why would you want to spread all that energy across the congregation and everybody in the, no, go home and get that shit all the way together and close them doors. You got to find God within yourself and get that healing. That's external. They want an external validation for them feeling bad about whatever is going on in their life. I need y'all to witness me have this breakdown. No. And then they be wanting Jesus to help them. They really be wanting Jesus to help them. But then next Sunday, they back at the altar.
I would say if these people really knew who Jesus was, it would throw them for a loop. It throw them for a loopity-loop. Jesus was not some damn hippie sitting up there saying, I have come. Damn, my teeth are yellow.
But wasn't that perfect to paint him as that? You see, I'm telling you, like people they writing this shit for us. It's a whole script. Like that was wonderful. Let me write. We're gonna make Jesus who they serve really seem passive. It's got to be passive because we want them to be passive. If their God is passive, they'll be passive. Turn the other cheek. Just saying.
First of all, Jesus. And I'm speaking of Jesus as if Jesus actually existed. I'm questioning. Right? To
Yeah, but
talk
if he
about.
did exist,
Well, I'm talking.
and you go by the one that's in the Bible, he was a warrior, and
He was
I don't
hardcore.
understand how. Right, yeah, and people have this whole white Jesus personality embedded in them. They're not understanding like there's so many things in that Bible for you to go by if you really was a Christian and did what you would want to do what it says, because the Jesus is that God is a God of wrath. It says it all the time. Like you're gonna be cursed and all this stuff. So I'm not understanding people that want to follow because of they haven't seeked anything else to follow, or they want something to follow and they're not willing to not have something to follow. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I should say it's just a weird thing for me anyway.
Sorry. I'm just. So what?
I said sorry. I'm gonna light my sage.
Oh yeah, burn that sage. Throw some of that sage here too.
Yeah.
So get rid of demons and whatnot. Now, as you are lighting your thank you. I received that, Queen. As you are killing those demons and evil spirits and whatnot, as we wrap this up,
because we're talking.
The what?
I said I had to put this on because we're talking about all that Christianity, honey. I don't want none of that sleep over here.
You don't want no Christians over there?
For y'all. Huh?
You don't want no Christians over there? Okay, so you on the same page as me.
I ain't gonna say I like Christians. I just don't want none of it, lingering around because I was just playing around with it. You know what I'm saying?
I like Christians too.
I don't want any of it.
I would say Christianity is my base. I know more of the Bible than I know any other books that I show for you. Yeah. I quote a lot of the Bible, so it's my base.
Me too.
But I know that what I've been taught is a direct. Let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? Is from the post-traumatic slave disease that has gone from generation to generation.
Yeah.
Christianity at its core, when it was started in Africa, beautiful thing. But when you bring it here and you put patriotism and classism and consumerism and capitalism attached to it, bring out this whole prosperity bullshit, have all these broke people trying to kiss the pastors behind whatnot, and going around telling you, you talking about chakras? Oh, you talking about your ancestors? Satan! Down, Satan!
Evil and dark. It's very evil and dark when you put everything in the mix. But like you did say in the beginning, it was not for that. But we are so hung on what we've been taught, we won't even see what it is, like what the base was. We won't go back that far because we're so stuck into going to church on Sundays. That really, really did it for me. When you're not willing to change and go to your sanctuary on Sabbath, you're so stuck in the way that your master had taught you. You'll not go by what the rules say in the book that you were going by. That's what did it for me. That's what I was like. So you're doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just doing mine out loud. what I'm doing, I take certain things from the Bible that does serve me, and then I take things from my life experiences. They really doing the same thing. It's like I am pretending like I am a Christian, but I'm not gonna do everything that a Christian does. I'm not gonna do the Sabbath day.
I got both holy books.
I see. But yeah, so that is just mind boggling to me. Like you don't there's nobody has enough power to say, wait a minute, the day is not the Sabbath. Sunday is not the Sabbath day. Let's go back to the basis and go to church on our Sabbath, because everyone is used to going on Sunday. They dismiss that. That's supposed to be going. That's one of the laws. So you dismiss that for your comfort of what was you have been tricked into going on Sunday. But you want the trick. You want to keep being tricked.
They fallen for the cap, Tiffany. They fell for the cap. But thankfully,
They did.
young people like me and you, I just love the way you're looking at me right now. Young people like me and you are intertwined in a generation where we are like lifting the lids off of the cap and realizing all of the feces that we have been generationally forcefully fed. Now, I just want to say real quick that I don't know how much you thought you would enjoy this conversation, but I've had you on here for almost 2 hours. Now, so as we wrap this up, what do you got coming up, and how can people get in contact with you if they want to do a film with you, if they want to coerce you back into the theater, if they wanted to tell you that they love your locks, if they wanted to have Tiffany speak, how can people get in contact with you? Can't nobody see no words on that daggone hat except for Russell. How can people get in contact with you?
So just go to my Instagram, which is lady.speaks with the X. And if you're on Facebook, I am up there, Tiffany with the Y and Speaks with the X. Just hit me up on those two platforms if you need me to host an event, if you need assistance in hosting an event, if you need assistance in film work, if you need assistance in production work. Those are all the things that I'm into now. And what's next for me is, people contact me with contracts to either help them with podcasting or sign me on with a contract to help with some behind the scene work. So that's what I've been focusing on right now. And it's been pretty cool. Something new. Yeah. So yeah, if you need me, hit me up.
Speaking of somebody who might need your services one day, what is your retainer?
If you go to fmconsultinggroup.com, you can get that information there. FM Consulting with the G group.com.
Okay, so if you are a fan of Tiffany and you are watching this, if you're from Paper the Film, if you're from GSO of Black Wall Street, and if you want to contact me, ADQ, you can hit me up at adq4christ@gmail.com. Let's see. Dion Chocolate Guy 85 on Instagram. I mean, the reason why is obvious. Avenue ADQ_85 on Twitter, and Adrian Dion Quarles on Facebook. Oh yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe. But Adrian Dion Quarles on Facebook, ADRIAN DION QUARLES. Please do not call the CIA on me. Tiffany, it has been wonderful, incredible conversing with you. I look forward to working with you on a film and getting that $0 retainer fee. Okay, I was hoping you would laugh. I look I look forward to seeing you for a fifth weekend in a row. I mean, for a fourth weekend in a row. I feel like it's going to happen. The energy is out there. And yo, for all that you do, all that you have contribute to our community and everything, you, ma'am, are a value, love, necessary, needed member of the Renaissance. Our people are better with you. Thank you for all you do. Hurry up and cheer for it, damn it! Shit.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming through. Now, I don't know if you're going to stick around, but I want to show the world I'm in this video. This is going to be the last time y'all see me in the video weighing 300 and something daggone pounds. Lord Jesus.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, hopefully I get back down to my life is good weight, which was 190. Anyway, this is my man, Otis Simpson, with this incredible song. We're going to hit the share screen. This incredible song, Making My Way to You, written and directed by him. Let's check this out.
Y'all need to hear. So I'm gonna go get him and you shoot him. All right? She's so pretty.
Hey.
Alright, I gotta do this first. Sisters, how y'all feeling? Brothers, y'all all right? All right, I stole that from Erykah Badu. That's the only thing I'm plagiarizing tonight. Let's put that out there. My name is Keisha McCain. I'm a poet, activist, and writer in the city, trying to do my thing to just enlighten and educate and entertain. But, I don't know. Some of y'all might not be entertained tonight. Some of y'all might not like what I have to say. But I'm learning how to not perform for people anymore and to live authentically. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. I love y'all. I hope by the time you hear these poems, you're going to love me too. Do we have any mothers in the house? Woo! Do we have any mothers in the house tonight? All right. I'm one too, by the way. You're going to find that out in a minute. We got any fathers in the house tonight? Yeah! Happy Father's Day to y'all. And, all right, well, I need to travel a little bit to, feel my vibe, get into, the atmosphere and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and start these poems. I just want to let y'all know that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right. This first piece is a newly penned piece. I don't have it memorized yet, which is why I'm reading tonight. But some of y'all will feel me, some of y'all might not. But like I said, I got to spit the truth, my truth. So here we go. This one is called My Manifesto. I will go to war over my child. No. Because see, y'all don't understand how she got here. God took me from barren to birthing. She was manifested from prayer, chant, and ritual. Her blossom into this world was fertilized by the passing of a matriarch. See, it took angels holding vigil for me so that she could have safe passage. And the world paused, if only for a moment, upon her awakening, as if to meditate upon the force of nature that had just been born. My breath caught in my throat until ours became synchronized, And every time her heart skips a beat, I feel it in my chest too, because she is mine, and I will go to war for mine. Now, logic tells me that I cannot possibly protect her from every disappointment, heartbreak, or harsh lesson that life has to offer, nor should I want to. But what in the world is logical about unconditional love? Because if it is, then I don't want to be that. For once, I want to not think and just act. Operate in the role I was designed for. Protector, queen mother, wisdom, guide. To hold her up as a light high above the waxing and waning of these dysfunctional times. So this poem ain't about lessons, or upbringing, or teaching my child how to navigate the rocky waters of life. No, see, this poem is strictly my manifesto, a declaration, an incessant reminder, should you need one, that I will go to war over my child. So if you think that I'm gonna sit idly by and let the world be her downfall, you must have me mistaken for somebody else. Yes, the world will try to tear her apart, but I promise you, before you get to her, you will first meet me. I will be at every door, window, or portal to ward off the beast hounding her. It is written that I will yank down gods and uproot devils to preserve the beauty with which she sees the world. As long as there is breath in my body and light behind my eyes, don't you dare think you're gonna come against my house and the force of 1,000 ancestors won't come barreling down your neck, because at my cry, they move with force and intent, because we don't play about ours. What I couldn't accomplish for myself, I know now has been stored up to bequeath unto her. Dominion and prosperity, to nurture her dreams and solidify her confidence, to protect her from the malcontent, the evil and the ruthless, of that which has been sent only to kill, steal, destroy, and make her lament. So don't let them use you, y'all. Because I hate to inform you, you will lose if you bring them issues to our door. Because I will go to war over my child. I was tasked with her protection, to be her guide, and to trust in the divine to teach me how to clear a path for her best self to rise. And I take my assignment hella seriously. So I simply suggest that you stay out of my way. Should you harbor any malice or malcontent, because there ain't no force on earth like a mama bear with an axe to grind, and that try me if you want to, crook in her neck. We have been known to move heavens and earths, cast mountains into the sea, lift 2-ton cars, and sacrifice everything that is we to preserve to make sure that they are afforded every ounce of joy, peace, and love that they deserve. Now, the system might have given me crap, but it will never touch her as long as my legacy stands upright. She will not inherit my trauma. She will not suffer the sins of her father. She is my mission, and I have chosen to accept it. So again, logic tells me that I cannot possibly protect her from every disappointment, heartbreak, or harsh lesson that life has to offer. But I damn sure gonna make it my purpose to try until the day I leave this plane. And I suspect that even on that day, my astral form will learn how to fight in new, other, infinite ways. So if I tell you once, just intuit that I mean it 1,000,000 times over. I will go to war over my child. Period, and post haste. My people be saying to me, damn, you loud. But with quiet assurance, I can say to you, fuck around and find out. That's the one. Yeah. All right. Thank you. So I am going to move on to a piece, my last and final piece. This one is new to y'all. I actually wrote it in 2016, but it has never been shared until I was on Crazy Carla's podcast in April for National Poetry Month. And I wrote it because that year, Greensboro was a host city for Southern Fried Poetry Jam, Poetry Slam.